Hey everyone, welcome to Primo, Reef and Acrylics. This is going to be a part 1 video of do-it-yourself, build-it-yourself aquarium. This one here is pretty shallow. This is going to be for a customer for his Frag tank actually. The measurements on this, lengthwise, sitting from here is 48 inches in length, 9 inches in width, and 8 inches high. The glass that I'm using here is your standard clear glass. The customer chose to go with 12 mil glass, so that's half-inch thick. You could have actually polished it off and got it done with a 3/8, but you know what? Again, better safe than sorry. There are certain calculators online where you can pick up and see what thickness you can use according to what height. This is so pretty much what I started here is pre-masking. Anytime you build an aquarium, you're dealing with silicone. And silicone, it's pretty messy, if you want to say. It's actually really messy. So I pretty much bordered out. This is exactly where the glass is gonna sit on the inner levels. So I have it pre-masked along the edges, right there, and the inner side. So I'm just gonna run the silicone bead with half-inch thick. You don't really have to have silicone on the inside of the glass. Some people like to have their corner glasses. So for example there, if you see the line, the gap of how much silicone I'm going to have on it, it's going to be obviously half-inch of silicone on the inner glass right there. But the outer edge right here along the lines of the bottom and the corner, there's not going to be that much silicone because half-inch thick, it absorbs, you have more surface area, so you don't have to run a bead on the inside of the glass. So that's a benefit of having thicker tanks. In the future I will be making a bigger tank for myself, probably this summer, maybe late summer. You guys will see what type of tank that is. But overall, this is just a part 1 of do-it-yourself aquarium, or you can say frag tank. The way I have the glass set up is all the pieces that I have is going to sit on the top. There's different methods of what type of aquarium you can build, and the safety ratings on them. Because this is a small tank, you can actually go ahead and have glasses sitting on top. But when you start building bigger tanks, you want to have these pieces and the back piece sitting on the outer side. Now, reason with the outer side is the sides will be okay, but when you start reaching 48 inches in length and you have a glass that's sitting on top, when it bows, there's no security on the vertical line. It's kind of hard to explain. Let's just say we have this glass right here. Alright, so now this glass here, in the center, if you actually have it on the top, there's a high chance of this glass bowing from the center because there's the silicone, the way it sits, it's not really holding the sides, it's holding the bottom. So for that method, I'll explain to you in the future exactly what benefits they have and what they don't. But as for now, always prepare as much as you can on silicone. As for pre-masking, you want to find out exactly what you're going to pre-mask, how you're going to do it, and where you want the seams and beams to be. And so for now, I will be taping the sides. A couple things you want to have in hand is obviously the silicone itself. That's just one of my other corner pieces. You want to have silicone. What I did was I went out and bought a special aquarium silicone. This is GE Silicone SCS1200. This is one of the highest grade construction non-mold-do or anti-mold-do resident inside of it. All the main manufacturers who build aquariums. You can pick up the silicone anywhere from $12 to $20 depending on where you are. A caulking gun, and you always want to have, when you're pre-masking, you want to have painter's tape. Okay, this is a half-inch. This is about 1.5 inches, I believe. So painter's tape is really important because when using an ordinary tape, when you go to peel it off, it leaves marks, and you don't want to leave these marks on it. You want to be able to have a clear seam, but when you peel it, you don't want to rip apart the silicone with it. So again, painter's tape is for the reason when you're painting and you want to peel this off, it leaves a nice straight line and it doesn't cause silicone to just spread all over the place. As for when you peel the tape after you silicone everything, it really depends. It depends on the silicone itself. You want to check the cure time on this. SCS1200 is roughly, I believe it's 30 minutes before it starts curing. So again, have everything ready. I like to peel all the pre-masking approximately 10 to 15 minutes into the job, so the aquarium has enough time for it to settle where it needs to, and you can have a clear seam. So get ready for part 2. I'm going to show you the finished product, and we're going to do a water test and see if I pass the test or not. Alright guys, thank you for watching Primo, Reef, and Acrylics. Stay tuned for part 2.